Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you.
Second test 1, 2, 3.
I heard that too.
Okay, we're going to get underway. Welcome, everyone. This is meeting number 53 of the Planning and Housing Committee. I'd like to acknowledge that Ottawa is located on the unceded and never surrendered territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation, whose culture and presence have nurtured and continue to nurture this land. We have a number of regrets, but could I ask for a roll call, please?
Councillor Brockington, Councillor Curry,
Here.
Councillor Dudas. I saw her. Councillor Johnson. Here. Councillor Kavanaugh. Present. Councillor Kelly.
Present.
Councillor Kitts. Here. Councillor Lowe, Councillor Tierney. Councillor Troster, Vice Chair Gower,
Here.
and Chair, you have quorum.
Thank you very much. If Councillor Tierney is listening, today was your day to bring treats. Just saying. This is a public meeting to consider the proposed comprehensive official plan and zoning bylaw amendments listed as items 4.1 and 4.2 on today's agenda. For the items just mentioned, only those who are specifically identified in the Planning Act who make oral submissions today or written submissions before the amendments are adopted may appeal the matter to the Ontario Land Tribunal. In addition, the applicant may appeal the matter to the Ontario Land Tribunal if Council does not adopt an amendment within 90 days of receipt of the application for a zoning bylaw amendment and 120 days for an official plan amendment. To submit written comments on these amendments prior to their consideration by City Council on September 24th, 2025, please email or call the committee or councillor coordinator. I hadn't received any declarations of interest. Are there any? Nope. Are our minutes of the meeting for PHC 52, September 3rd, 2025 received? Confirmed? Thank you. With respect to the first item on the agenda, item 4.1, the zoning bylaw amendment for 3055 Richmond Road, the vice chair has a motion to defer that one until November 5th. Is that carried? Thank you. The other substantive item on the agenda is the Stittsville South Future Neighborhood Official Plan Amendment. I hadn't anticipated a presentation on this one. Did members want to receive the presentation? I don't see that. Vice Chair Gower, did you want to address it?
Yeah, I had questions for the applicant.
You have questions for the applicant?
I do.
Okay.
They are here.
In that case, we'll go, can we dispense with the staff presentation and go straight to applicants? Yep. Okay. I don't mean dispense with staff. That's a very imperious way of putting that. We won't take advantage of their expertise and professionalism today.
Thank
Vice
you.
Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Okay, so in my councillor comments in the report, my main concern around this development was a lack of local commercial space. This is a brand new neighborhood, the first or one of the first new expansion area neighborhoods that we've had in front of committee. And it's going to be a very dense housing neighborhood, which is good. That's what our official plan wants. I'm really pleased with the park layout, the stormwater ponds, the pathways, and I know there's been a lot of work done to address resident concerns around the road network and transportation. That's all good. But my concern over the whole process is that there hadn't been a provision for local commercial in the neighborhood design plan. And I think it's really crucial because if we're going to achieve our goal of more 15-minute neighborhoods, especially in new suburban areas, it's crucial that we include that. So I was really pleased to see in the staff recommendation that they've included a condition that there does need to be parcels of land zoned for the local commercial. So my first question is, can you give committee a sense of what you're contemplating at this point? What would that local commercial look like within the plan?
Thank you for the question through the chair. So I'm Susan Murphy with Kaivan, and Bronwyn Anderson is joining me today. And as we discussed with you, Councillor, we do have the area specific policy that mandates that a local commercial presence be within the subdivision. And we are looking at options through both the draft plan and zoning process. And we have a couple of options we're looking at in terms of both standalone commercial as well as live work units. And so we have some opportunities, I would say, on the east side of the plan within a condo block that's there, as well as presence along Shea. And we'll be exploring those options as we near the draft plan approval stage. We'll be touching base with you, of course, Councillor. And then those zoning details we will prepare in tandem such that it's clear and concise in terms of what's the local presence will be there.
Thank you. And then, I mean, if you can look into the future, what future residents here, what might they expect? What kind of local retail do you think is possible in this neighborhood?
So I think predicting retail at this point in time is difficult. I think it's the opportunities and doing some research in terms of what is retail looking like, you know, within this. And so I think we would hire a consultant, ensuring that we have the right amount of space that would attract what retail is looking like in a suburban community at this time.
Okay, well, I want to keep working with you on that. I hope that we can create a space that's appropriate for a local coffee shop, for a hair salon. You know, there's all sorts of local services that the number of residents living here should be able to support. The other question I wanted to ask was, I think it was about 18 months ago, maybe longer, when this planning process started for this part of the process. Can you explain to committee how public feedback has shaped the community plan so far?
Thank you for that opportunity. So yes, we started this process roughly 2 years ago. We held 2 public open houses within the neighborhood. So we had one to initiate, get people awareness of the project. Then we had last summer another public consultation to show the concept plan options, the servicing options, the transportation options. And so there was a lot of feedback in terms of what type of housing will be abutting the adjacent residents, that they'd like to see similar housing typologies that are there, that we have also created. There's concern about the 2 unopened road allowance that come into the development where road connections are. We talked about those being local collectors with sidewalks, and if required, maybe some traffic calming to ensure that traffic is slow moving through the 2 community connections, as well as entrances during the construction of the housing and servicing, such that there's no construction traffic going through the existing neighborhoods. And then we would kind of look at our milestones and thresholds in terms of traffic volumes to then say, when is it okay to open up those entrances? And of course, we'd have a construction management plan that would clearly show to our trades and partners that they cannot access through those local streets that connect to those local communities. We also have potentially some rock blasting on this site. So we took them through the protocols, and that we're going to ensure through another public open house we're having this month to ensure that people know who to connect to, and that we're proactive in our communication as we go through this development, as servicing takes place, so the neighbors know what's going on.
Okay, thanks for that overview. Thanks, Chair.
Thanks, Chair. I just wanted to make a couple comments because this application could easily be in Orleans South and Avon. So I want to commend the councillor for pushing for commercial and for to the applicant for allowing for that. I think we need to remember that building communities is more than just the number of units. And so I would encourage all developers to keep bringing forward things that are inspiring when it comes to suburban development. And I also just wanted to make a comment about the units per hectare. So this is 86 units per hectare. The official plan was calling for 36. So much more dense. And this is custom in these greenfield areas. So we are building our local communities much more dense. And I wanted to flag this because in the context of the zoning bylaw update, we are then also going to be allowing for towers in these communities too. So we are doubling down on density in the farthest flung parts of our city. And you won't be surprised to hear me say it makes the need for infrastructure that much more important. So I just wanted to sort of highlight that because this is an example of basically what we're seeing in our greenfield communities, and it's putting a lot of pressure on infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kitts. I've lost complete control of the process and the normal order of things here. Since you're there, did you want to take advantage of the opportunity to speak if there's anything you wanted to say?
Well, maybe just to address Councillor Kitt's comment about growth and infrastructure pressures. And definitely, I understand what you're saying in terms of the density being higher than what's anticipated in terms of the population projections. So just in terms of this development I'll speak to is that this is an approval that really matters to Kaivan. We're not going to be sitting on this approval. We want to move forward to build homes, to assist the city in meeting its housing pledge. And we can say that commitment because one, the infrastructure readiness is at the door. There is growth will pay for growth in this instance. The wastewater is available. We'll extend the water services at our cost, stormwater, creek improvements. This is 100% developer costs. We've committed to facilitate sidewalks and fund those sidewalks on Shea and Fluellen, which we know, Catherine, we've had that issue before. So this is a very well thought out area-specific policy that really does drive our share of growth we pay for. And in terms of enabling homes, we're committed to it. And I think we are committed that we will move on approvals as fast as possible. And I think that is going to really matter when we're in a housing crisis today. And because of that infrastructure readiness, as well as I want to commend the West Development Review Team. They have shown leadership, motivation, engagement, and it's been great working with them. And I think based on their motivation and our motivation, we can bring homes faster to this area.
Thank you for those comments, and certainly very encouraging in terms of getting shovels in the ground. So let's get to it. Are the report recommendations approved? Carried? Thank you. We don't have any in-camera items. Are there any notices of motion for our subsequent meeting? Nope. Are there any inquiries? Nope. We don't have any other business. We're adjourned until our next meeting on Wednesday, October the 1st, 2025. Thank you very much, members.